do this, we'll do this, and we'll do this. We'll save, and then of course it won't actually save because YouTube is dumb. Okay, let me see here. Hey Bios, you are early. Hi Lucifer, and Pradeep, MTG, and Pavan. Alright, let me get this. Okay, so this will be our... I think we're just gonna have Kurt and a Kurt Scold team be like a 7.5 and just go from there. Okay. Bold's team with Lind. Hey Birdie. With Lind and Arwen, I did not. I haven't really looked at his teams lately. Hi Dolwyn. Okay. So, scores are going to be down across the board. So, be ready. If you were expecting to get a 9.5 pass, you probably are not going to. As you can see over here, I am busy trying at Thunder 180. It's freaking hard. Hi, Kyler. Somebody was saying Kurt Scold is like 7.5. Kurt Scold Hodor is like an 8.5. Kurt Scold Hodor Bryn is like a 9.5. Something to that effect. Zexanoth better with his skin? No. Zexanoth's skin is something that's like nice to have, but is not game-changing in any way whatsoever. The only game-changing one is potentially Lindbergh because of the hit rate. Lindbergh obviously needs a lot of gear to give him hit rate. Zexanoth doesn't need anything to give him extra silence. Hey, thanks, Pacer. So we're gonna... upcoming for the Courage trial, no idea. The Chinese one has... We'll probably find out in 3 or 4 days. Actually, I guess we can go look right now. Gosh, I'm at, I think, 800 tries right now. Okay, so... The thing I wonder is, why do people care about the trial? I mean, if you're gonna buy it, you're gonna buy it. If you're not gonna buy it, you're not gonna buy it. And the free stuff doesn't change. I don't know why people care so much about it. Oh, it's gone. So it is gone and there is no new one. Hey, Envision. Oh, Pacer, you're on my cluster? All I did was come in and hit everybody in the last hour. That's pretty much all I did. I got, like, trash rank, too. Okay, so, no Courage trial. It's currently gone. It normally would have been right here, but it has been... It ended. Hey, Minato. Ah, from Immortals? I don't even know how it ended, to be honest. Badges? Can you see anybody's badges? I mean, let's say somebody's got one. Would I know? I guess I would. Okay, then can I see it from here? No, I can't see profiles here. So it's gonna have to be from my honor. Prejudice Pride, I have not. Alright, let's see here. I checked you. There's nothing here. Come on. Well, it's not looking like anybody's got badges right now. Hi, Ivan and William. So, it's there. It's just not there yet. So, we'll see. Maybe someday somebody will get something. Did Milcrease hit top 1? I don't know what happened. 2 hours to go. I was prepared to get the faction in second place. And then all of a sudden somehow I got first. I'm not entirely sure how that ended. So like, I was supposed to be in second place, but somehow we got first. So what I've noticed is that I have... where is it? Where the heck is it? What? Did they not give out the frames yet? Did I have to collect it? Oh, I didn't collect it. So I have to collect the frame, 11th place, yada yada yada. Okay. So I have the frames for, this is first. This is, oh wait. Oh wait, is this second? Third, fourth? Do I have all 4 frames? I don't have any new avatars. I didn't get any avatars. Did I get all 4 frames? Oh, sweet. I have all 4. Hi, Nick. Nice. Alright, so now... Hey, Speedy. So now I don't care. Now I don't care. So we have this one. Second, third, fourth. Nice. Nice. Very nice. I guess I was wrong in what I had. I had second, third, fourth. Oops. Alright, let me hit my timers and then we will start. Is it worth buying SI? What's SI? Alright, so actually... Is Bale hitting first? Bale is hitting first, therefore we start. Okay. So, we'll start with Mr. Testicles. What the heck am I looking at? The new Hell Hero with the skin package. The skin package is always a good place to get the hero. Because if you're buying it, it should be enough to get you 6 copies. And therefore is enough to get you an extra copy. So buy it if it gets you an extra copy because of the awakening. Otherwise, it's like whatever. Okay. So where did my overlay go here? Okay. After Bryn, any major changes? I don't know. I mean, they're gonna be changing the game. They're gonna be updating the game for sure, but we don't know if there's gonna be anything major in the pipeline or not. They said familiars are getting an update too. Okay, so he said next second Freya, Valk, second Veg, wait for Skull Themis. Hi, take my money. Ah, whatever. This team has no damage. This team gets like a 6.5. You'll time out everyone on defense, but you will kill nobody on offense. So I'm gonna give it a 6.5. So second Freya, why do you only have dupes? Why can't you make single? You need single copies. You really need Skuld. You should focus more on making single heroes rather than making dupes. Why 2 Vibs? Because he doesn't have Skuld? I mean, you're looking at everything down here. He has nothing. We'll give it a 6.5. You need damage badly, and you don't have it. MTG, I have no idea. I don't have the skin, and I have no way to see that. That's not exactly something I can find out. Okay. So, wow, that was an interesting team to start with. But yeah, you really need damage. Like, second Freya is not reliable damage, so you're going to need someone like Kurt, Bale, Themis, Bryn, and you're going to need Skuld, and yeah. Gonna need all of that. Alright, next is Stormay. Stormay was actually first, but he submitted second anyway, so it's okay. If he bought Vivienne from Guild Shop, maybe. Or just from Feathers. It's not that hard to get her from Feathers. Alright, so this is the kind of team that you... This is where I go 9. Maybe 8.5. No, we'll give this a 9. So we are going to be a lot more discerning. The top end is going to be a lot harder to get. How to submit, it kind of tells you up here. It also tells you down here. Hi, kitty. So we'll give this a 9, but this is... I feel like at this point you go 8.5 next, 9 next, 9.5 next. Like, where do you go from here? Freya is not actually a good combo with Bryn, just because if you're really looking for that, you wouldn't mind higher single damage target heroes. But it works. Hi, Thomas. German? 9! That's all I got. 9. And Guten Morgen. I mean, yeah, you want Hodor, you want Bale, you want... If you have... The thing is, when you say Hodor, now you're going to be like, well, if you have Hodor, you wouldn't mind Aegina. If you wouldn't mind Aegina, then you wouldn't mind Chessia. And that's kind of a dangerous slope to go down. Hodor helps. But this is very solid as it gets. I'm not a fan of Phoenix here. Phoenix is actually very bad for Bryn. Because I have a feeling his burn may or may not break gargoyles faster. On what teams is Phoenix useful? Phoenix is useful on all teams. He's good on this team. It's just that there's better. He does his job here. He burns them, and he makes Bryn hit harder. He makes Kurt and Freya hit harder. He does fine. It's just that there's better. His normal attack and skill count as multiple hits. Well, what is convert? Convert is taking anyone that's 10 stars or higher and converting them into another hero of the same faction, using Phoenix Stones and using copies of the hero that you want to convert to. You can get there from the hero itself and then on the talent page. Phoenix with Sig and Chessia. I'm not gonna theory craft too much on who pairs with Sigurd because we don't know how he works yet. So, move on. Okay, Stormay actually did not ask any questions, so 9 next. Alright, this is Alexis. Wait. Okay, so Alexis's team is... Okay. Alright. So this is now where we start to see where people are going to get much, much lower scores than they expect. So as solid as this team is, because it's basic, we'll give this a 7. No. Can I give it a 7? I feel like I can give it a 7. That's about the best I can give it. Bear in mind, scoring is going to be a little bit all over the place. It's not going to be very reliable right now, but we'll give this a 7. And hopefully this will be our baseline for 7. Hey, Drogenis. Alright, Star Shards on Freya and Vivienne. Gaia Bolga on Valk. Next T4. Oh, that Detlef's not T4. Then Skull. Should you push on Hodor? Hey, AI. I don't know about pushing on Hodor. Hodor is worth chasing, yes. But what does pushing mean? Does pushing mean you buy 3 copies with Moonstones? Or does that mean you, like, try to buy his copies? Or what? Because if you have 6 copies, you definitely don't want to be buying 3 with Moonstones. But he will help this team. The problem is that these are not his ideal teammates, because if you put on Hodor, you're taking off Detlef, and now you have nobody that does Burn, Bleed, Poison. And so Hodor's effectiveness is basically half. He's still solid, but he just does so much better when he has better teammates. But this team of 6 is decent. Good tank, good healing, good support, good damage. It's good. And Hodor would be a great addition to it. Wow, a lot of people are running into Hodor copies now. Even my alt is going to probably build a T4 Hodor next. Huh. How about that? Alright, next is Jews. Oh, this is perfect. This is perfect. So this is a team that gets a 7.5. This is now where the 7.5 line goes, which is Kurt, Skuld, and a little bit of support. This is what gets a 7.5. And that's because the upper limit... Wait. Oh, that's a T3 Kurt? Okay. 7.25. He has the idea. He still beats the other people, just not as well. Acnologia. The point is that, yes, most people had a team like this. This team gets destroyed by a Mulan, Chesia, Hodor team. It gets wrecked like a good 80% by a good Kurt Bryn team. And so, as good as this team is, there are just too many teams now that completely demolish it for free. Even if he had his Kurt in the front, my Mulan Chesia team will beat this battle 10 times out of 10. And so, it just doesn't compare. It doesn't hold up anymore. He probably did backline Kurt because he felt like his Kurt wasn't doing enough damage and this was the way to get him to do more damage. But this is not the way. This is absolutely not the way. So your answer is move Kurt to the front. Is Azza a must on a team of 6? He does best on a team of 6 because for every teammate he loses 9% damage reduce. And so... He needs some... He doesn't survive quite as long without a full team of 6. There are a lot of people running Mulans. I feel like she's still somewhat unknown in how powerful she is. So... She's definitely spreading in popularity. Her and Chesia and Aegina. Definitely we're gonna see more of them come around when Sigurd comes out. So this guy needs to finish his Kurt, put him in front, and at that point you probably just want like a veg. A veg probably to replace Lorelei. And that would make it basic still. But you would rather pretty much have Hodor Bryn. That's where it goes from here. That's the upper limit. Hodor Bryn. Hi, Ivan. Kalpaj, I mean, are you Jews or not? Okay. I will get to your team in order. Oh, whoops. I lost a line here. Alright, this one was Cyborg. Bork, 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 Bork. Okay, this guy's got a T3 Themis, a T2 Vivienne, and a T1 Valkyrie. Even if we give him a pass for Themis, which we can't, because Themis did not have an awakening event, that's -2 points. Alright, the rest of the team... This is... He's got no damage. This guy does not have damage. This is a team that wins by attrition rather than like actually overpowering them. And I don't know if it's regular at that because... Yikes. Okay, so... Is it a good idea to buy Themis for T4? How many copies? If it's 1 copy, yes. If it's 2 copies, it's getting iffy. 2 copies is kind of iffy on a team like this. You'd probably still rather work on collecting star shards. And Themis is not a... She's not a super carry at this point at all. So yeah, 1 copy yes, 2 copies no. You need to finish some T4s. Like, pronto. Ideally, Themis, then Vivienne, then Valkyrie, but build what you got, right? This team, I'm gonna give this a 5. It's just weak. Is Hodor and Brynn good on the same team? Yes. Is it worth it to go for Sigurd? Yes, he looks good. He may not be overpowered, but he's gonna be at least good. That's a given. Teddy. Can I help you? Now he is sniffing my hand. Can I help you? Are you done? Can I have my hand back yet? Okay. Good boy. Alright. Next is Wounds. Alright, Wound says, after Mulan, I'm gonna build Vivienne and replace Verth while I wait for Skuld. Will Sigurd... I can't answer Sigurd questions. I don't know how well he works at T4. Nobody knows that yet. I haven't seen him in action. I mean, if you wanted to, you probably could... Oh yeah, it was -2 points, so he gets a 3. Cyborg, you got a 3. A 3! Alright, this cat is going to be sitting here yelling at me for a little bit. This cat, right here. Why are you... This cat is going to be bugging me for a little bit. With this fuzzy tail. Okay. So we'll have to see if Sigurd deserves a support slot or a damage slot or what. We won't know the answer to that until we see him in action. And whether or not he deserves a carry slot either remains to be seen. So this team on its own... I hate to say it, this is not that good of a team. Part of what makes a Mulan Chesia team solid is having the defense and support to keep them alive through the hits. Because if they manage to get hits past Mulan, she's actually quite squishy on her own. So that's why you need someone to raise her defense or give her massive healing to keep her alive. Hi, Nico. What the? So this team... 6.5. High swap nil. I would give this a 6.5. Maybe a little bit lower. Maybe a 6. You've got the direction, but I feel like it just falls short. When I was using Chessie and Mulan, with having only Skuld as support, it wasn't good enough. She still died too much. It was really adding Hodor and... or it was even just adding Vivienne that really made the team better. And then adding Hodor meant I could take all sorts of damage and not be hurt by it. Oh, is the maintenance tonight? Isn't it tomorrow? Let me see. Oh, it's tonight. So theoretically it starts in about 3 hours, yeah. Huh. Well, let's see what they add. Alright, so Wounds also asked, will Energy, Chessia, Freya, Rag on Lore, Chessia fires first then Freya, consistent top 10 on your server. Well, top 10 on your server, I keep telling people, doesn't mean anything. It just means you have a weaker server. Or it means you don't have more than 8, 9 strong players on your server. But I'll tell you right now, without a Skuld or a Vivienne, or any sort of actual defense for the team, this team falls apart against a good team. And this one I can actually say from experience, so he's gonna build Vivienne, replace Verth, that's fine, but unless you have oracles, which you don't because you're VIP 0, you need Skuld. You really do need Skuld. Worth it to buy lore from Moonshop? Absolutely not. Alright, next is XDXD. I'm only going to do one account per person, but I will get to it when it comes up. If you look at the chat, I'm going in chronological order from the top, so I'm not going to scroll down and pick people out of the middle. How long is the list? Probably around 25 people. I can give this a 6. 5.5, maybe a 6. This is like average now. 6. 6 I think is fine. It's got Freya, it's got greats. Having Phoenix lore and Valkyrie all together is quite annoying. Okay, the list is at 23, so I will get to all of them so far. We'll give it a 6. Skuld, oh, Skuld is well, that doesn't mean anything. That just means Skuld is next in the pipeline. As long as he doesn't have like 3 other T1s in his bag, this is fine. He pretty much needs, I mean, Veg helps, but there's where we go. Kurt, Bale, Themis, Bryn. Kurt, Bale, Themis, Bryn, Hodor. Hodor would really help this team. Probably over Lorelei. Alright, next is AR. I feel like we're going pretty fast today. Alright, so in the past I would have said 9. In the current day, this gets a 7.5. In its current iteration, it gets a 7.5. And he attached no questions. Wait. Oh, wait, no. Hold on. That's a T3 Kurt with a T3 Freya and a T1. Okay, we'll forgive Azathoth and Arwen, but you lose points for the Kurt, so you lose a point. So this gets dropped to 6.5. That's not how a 6.5 looks. This gets dropped to a 6.5. But we forgive Azathoth and Arwen because they came during awakening events, and so that's okay. Yeah, so this was a 7.5. You need to get rid of this Detlef. Like Freya would be nice here. Yeah, but Bios, look at my Yig. Look, my Yig is still T1. So, like, he's just lucky I haven't broken him down yet. Alright, so AR gets a 6.5. Ninja Sun also submitted last time, by the way, so he gets skipped this time. Alright, next is Two-Step Wonder. Yig is extremely unreliable. Oh, hey! Alright, alright. You got 8 Freyas. Okay. So Two-Step Wonder asked if he should buy his final copies of Freya with Moonstones. The answer is hell no. Hell no. Good God, no. Save your souls and try to reset your soul shop and get her there. Or wait to see her on the advanced wheel. She's very easy to get from either of those shops. Very... much easier than Moonstones. And actually, if the new boot camp comes out to us next week, you get a free Freya there. So you might even get lucky enough to not have to even think about it. I don't know if the new boot camp is coming, so we will find out. But Chinese servers got a brand new one with a bunch of free stuff. It gave you a free Ripper, Samurai, Tiger King, and Freya. Alright, so this team, this is a really good team. 8.5? You think 8.5? Yeah, kind of. Maybe an 8. We'll give it an 8. I'm not sure how to score at this point right now. We'll give this an 8. This is really good. Do not build anyone that isn't fodder for Freya. Your entire goal right now is work on Freya. And you ask if you should build Viv next? Yes, and she can tank. And she's gonna want energy. So that's why you don't want to spend your Moonstones on them, because you will need a Star Shards for both Freya and Vivienne. Skuld would be bad on this team because one of these 9 stars is going to eat his revive, so don't do that. Valkyrie from Moonshop, I really wouldn't. Is Sig busted? He's really good in peaks. He also breaks Arwen, but we will see how he does against stronger teams. Alright, next is Minato. Okay. I'm not worried about underleveled. Underleveled is not a problem. Alright. Brynn can tank, but she can do better. She can do just as good in other positions. And honestly, Yig is just unreliable. I would never keep him in a high-end PvP team. I would keep him in an honor team to annoy people, but never my primary team. Qua, if you're not saving for any heroes in particular, and you already have a full T4 team, I'd say pull as many as you can get. Alright, so Minato has... okay. Seven? Sean, I really don't want to take detailed team questions, sorry. For more specific team advice, you either would have to actually submit your team or wait on a different stream day, sorry. On team critique days, I only give team advice to the people that submitted on Discord. Yig can stop Bryn, yes, but that's random. And if Bryn is in the front, then the chances are even lower. Okay, so we'll give this team a 7. It's not bad, it's just not top end. The Bale is good, but I know that Bale doesn't hold up against Kurt teams. Kurt teams just do better than Bale teams. I know this because my alt had one. And I struggled to kill even the most basic Bale team with a, or the most basic Kurt team with a Bale. Next, Hodor. Yeah, Hodor could be good here. You'd probably replace Verthandi, and then you'd tank with Veg. That would be a pretty solid choice. Alright, next will be Swap. That is a lot more screenshots than I needed. Alright, I don't actually need anything other than this one. I think Taunt is fine where it is. Executioner's Call also cannot be cleared, and soon neither will Sigurd's Mark. Okay, so this loses a... Wow, this loses 2 points. Okay. Okay, so I mean, you need to finish a T4. Pick one. Vivienne would be best, followed by Skuld. And at this point, Verthandi is only for honor. You can finish her if you want to use her for honor, or she helps on bosses as a decent support, but you don't really need to think too much about her. So Vivienne first, then Skuld, then Verthandi. So if this team was complete as it was, it would get 6.5, but you lose 2 points for having multiple heroes at T1, T3. So this is a 4.5. It's not a terrible team. You just really need to work on it safely. The reason that I'm willing to deduct so many points for things like that is because by having 3 heroes at T1, T3, and anyone else has a single T4, they are better than your 3 T1s. So it is a definitely a handicap to be doing that. Oh my god. My alt got 2 7-star taverns today. No, 2 6-star 2 6 and a 7 in just now. That's pretty amazing. Hi Orion. Okay. Next will be just moving down. Alban, wait. Alban, you didn't submit before? You did not. All right. I think we did need a new balance. What the heck is this? Alban gets a 9. Alban gets a 9. Okay, so this is basically where we start to see what gets the old 9.5. And now that there is a definitive set of heroes that are at the top, Kurt alone no longer makes the grade. So this is a 9. Hodor would make it a 10. Freya doesn't really help here. This is similar to what someone else had. I might actually rather have Vivienne than Freya, but Vivienne is clearly unleveled. I will say that if you originally had Lorelei, this team would have been a 7.5. So we'd rather... You're not even using Azathoth, so you probably don't need to worry about Azathoth so much. But you could also even replace the Phoenix for Vivienne too, later. Either way is fine. So Vivienne helps, Hodor helps. Alright. Oh, hey, check this out. We got a real new team. So this one is Pros. Oh gosh. There's an E in there. There is an E in there. Okay. So let us see how we rate this. What else does he have? Alright, alright, alright. You're using the best of what you've got. This is a hard part to progress from, but I will say step 1, do not invest any more into Tiger King or Puppet Maid. Don't take them much higher. But also, do not make Vivienne your highest star hero, because that's bad too. So you're kind of stuck until you find a better damage dealer. Freya, Verthandi are the pretty much the core heroes that most people end up starting with, and so you should look for those. You should be getting a free Freya at some point, and then you can start focusing on her. So let's see. It's a pretty good team actually. 32 with Orion. Oh god. Okay, I'm closing it. We are closing, and because I don't think we're gonna get to everybody. Should early people save advanced wheel tokens? You should never save them, but try to only spin them during the wheel week, if possible. That way you can maximize... Actually, the one thing I don't know is what level you need to be to get that. So save them until you get the 10 spin unlocked, but I do not know what level you get that. Hey, Vibin. So, it's probably 70 or 90. So save them until then, and then you can spin... You can start spinning them in multiples of 10. There's no point in saving. I wouldn't even recommend new players aim for the skins so much, but you can. Because if you're going to be playing peaks anyway, you can save them and try to only spin multiples of 30 during wheel week. And that way, at least even a free-to-play player can someday eventually make their way towards free artifacts, free skins, and all of that. Okay. 100, level 100. Hi, Lance. 100's kind of high. Okay, then yeah, I think you should save them. Getting that free one is big, because they're expensive. They're worth like 200 gems each. And you can't really afford to throw them away You can't afford to throw away any resource in this game. Alright, so this team... It struggles a little bit with damage. 6.5? 6.5 maybe? It's not bad. It just is not reliable. And your high level heroes are not damage dealers. Oops. Like, your highest level is not your damage dealer. But it's a solid start. Just don't take Tiger King or Puppet Maid any higher. Alright. Andrew, why? Okay, we have a flexer here. My personal thought is dump the Kurt. Are the keys and secret treasure good value? Usually they are. They're okay. They've gotten worse lately because they keep fixing up secret treasure and they keep making it worse and worse, and it's stupid. But they're pretty worth it this time. Anytime you're spending less than 125 per key, it's a good value. It's as easy as that. Ha! I didn't even win I didn't even get individual placement rewards for Guild War because I didn't play it. Nice. Planet Trial is 125 gems per key. Anytime you're spending less than that, you're fine. So Bold used a team like this with Arwen in place of Kurt. And that might be solid too. Alternatively, you can use like a Mulan or something and just mess with people. Or you could just make it a Gina. You don't really need the Kurt, and you probably also don't want to tank with Hodor. You probably should be tanking with the Vivienne instead. So we'll give this a 9.5 for now, but I feel like this can be optimized significantly. Do I think Hodor is mandatory? Probably the only mandatory hero is Brynn and Freya, and obviously Skuld, but okay, I'm gonna go back to retrying 180 because I haven't beaten it yet. Okay. So this can be optimized. Really? Tanking with Hodor works better? Okay, so then, I mean, if it's working for you, then I've got nothing more I can say. But I still feel like Kurt is not needed on this team. I feel like Arwen, Aegina, Mulan, even Chessia would be more interesting on this team. But Kurt definitely is unnecessary. What he's replaced with, I don't know, but you don't need him. Okay. So next is Lewis. So he said, I tried to play with Viv instead of second veg. So Viv is not ultra game changer on teams like this. This is like generic burst. My Mulan team eats these up. Not always, but most of the time is a pretty good counter, because once Veg fires the first time, he can't hit Mulan to get energy back to fire again. So Veg ends up being a weakness on you because he's a warrior. He doesn't get energy. So for that reason, if you don't win with your first set of fire of skills from Veg, you're in trouble. But Vivienne on a team like this is like, she's helpful, she's not major. Hodor is probably a larger difference in terms of defense. but you don't have Hodor, so we'll ignore that. I mean, this team is fine, but this is at the high end of basic burst. And that is what gets a 7.5 at this time. Like, I use my Mulan team against Veges all the time. I did it all day long in Honor, and it worked out great for me. So, the downside is when you fight like three Veges or something like that. I saw a couple of those, but against one or two, Mulan kind of wrecks them. So this is 7.5. This is right where we need to be at the highest end of basic burst. Caps out at 7.5. I've been trying to play without Azathoth, and I feel like it's doable, but then if they have Azathoth against you, then it's very annoying. So it's kind of a tough place to be. Alright. Kel. Kel has the same thing. Kel's team is basically the same. Slightly weaker. So this would get a 7. No, we'll take Lewis up. We'll take Lewis to a 7.75. Because at least he has Bale. And we'll give this a 7.5. Should Mulan be at 300? Depends how you want to play it. If you want Mulan to be slower than Skuld, you want her to be slower than Chesia, slower than Freya, then you don't need her to be 300. But it depends on who your potential teammates are. Like, if you take her too high, you have no option for T1 speed or anything else. So mine is 295, not for a specific reason, but just because I'm giving myself a little bit of wiggle room in case something happens where I need to mess with her speed. So yeah, she can be 300. If you know what you're doing, she can be 300. So, should you replace anything? Yes. You need Bryn, you need Hodor. You could use a Bale. You really need to replace the Valkyrie and the Phoenix at some point. So, sorry Kel, you thought you were getting a 9.5 next, and you are not. Alright, next will be high. Oh! Can I call Crown? Whew, can I call Crown? Okay, let us actually try and score this. Alex, you cannot post in advance. You can only start posting once I start the stream. Otherwise, everybody would be posting along all day, and then I'd start the stream and I would be able to do nobody that posted after the stream went live. So, I've been saying that every single time people ask, you cannot post your team before I go live. It will not work. Alright, first of all, he didn't include his team. Second of all, he has -3 points on all his heroes. So that's -4. Third of all, he has Medusa. That's like -100. No, Orion, you're good. You're just going to be at the end. I will not accept any submissions until the live has started. So if you post after the live has started, Alex, there is a command in the channel. I also tagged everybody and said Team Critique stream is starting in 10 minutes. If you go and add a Team Critique role to yourself, you would get that ping. If you silence the pings and you don't look at the stream schedule, which has been the same for the last 2 years, then I don't critique your team. I cannot do it at any other time in the day. I work a full-time job. The only time I can do is later. And I don't want to do later because I wake up early. So... okay, so let's say he had a team here of, let's say, these 6 with veg. If they were all T4, this team would actually get like a 4 or 5. Why is Medusa bad? She's very squishy, and she does not do high damage. She needs to petrify before she can do damage. Which means that if she does the petrifying, she's not the one that's going to actually do the damage to the hero, because she doesn't have energy anymore at that point. That's why she works with Freya. But Medusa is also extremely squishy. So honestly, I'm just gonna give this team a 0. I don't want to work out the particulars. We're just gonna give him a 0. This is some bad choices. This is our loser for the day. I really don't think it can get worse than this. Detlef is also bad at T3, as mentioned. God, is this really doable? Man, I'm at 900 tries for Planet Trial 180. 900 tries. And the thing is, I need Freya to be perfect RNG, followed by Brynn being perfect RNG, so it's probably going to be like in the 100,000 range to get this win. Ugh, ridiculous. Very ridiculous. Okay, so best advice is finish Detlef. Detlef first. Period. Detlef first. That will change a lot of things. Second of all, you need to convert this Medusa. Do everything you can to convert this. I don't care what it is. Get a Yig, get a Phoenix, get a Kurt. You need to convert this. It's either that or break her down, but you don't want to break her down because you did take her to 300, and that is very expensive. So you will need to convert this Medusa into something. Into something. There was one guy that had a T4 Rillia as his first, and as much as I didn't want to tell him to break it down, he did end up breaking it down and to make a Verthandi. So, worst case scenario, because this team can't beat anybody, you can break her down and build somebody else. Finish Detlef and Freya and then Vivienne. If you build those 3 in that order, you'll be great. You will be so great. This team will become very awesome. Orion, that's correct. If you are not the one that submitted, who is the one named Orion who submitted at the very end? You must submit during the live. Okay. Wow. I'm just going to pin that right now. Okay. Next will be Kalpa. Huh. I kind of would rather tank with Veg than with Azathoth. Veg benefits more from getting hit. because he gains crit rate. So he kind of needs to be... It's ideal to be in front so that he can get hit more crit rate. But it's probably not a major difference. But still, I would rather tank with him. So this team gets a 6. Let's see. Oh, he sent his bag. Okay, he's building Aegina next. Oh, man. Hyper Rush even sent his team. And he is... And he bought a hero! Why? Why did he make it worse? How did he manage to make it worse? Alright. Well, he gains the point for not having a team, but he loses the point for buying a hero first. And ultimately, okay, we'll settle on a -1. Oh my god. Alright. So back to Kalpa. Aegina as a next hero is not a great choice. Like, you would not use Aegina on this team. You need her to have better teammates, but oh well. So Hodor would have been a better choice, but it's too late for that. Finish Aegina. But Aegina is not going to help you. You don't want her on this team. Hodor helps, Vivienne helps, Bale helps, Kurt helps, Brynn helps. In no particular order, I suppose. All of those heroes would be great next choices. Vivienne Hodor would probably be the best choices from the ones that look closer. But Kurt, Bale would have been nice if you had them. Brynn would have been nice if you had them. But I would say make Vivienne next. Ben, I'm not going to take team questions during Team Critique streams. You must have submitted into the channel. Alright. Next is... Zonda. We'll say 9. Okay, and he says next will either be Hodor or Sig. Jeez. Probably Hodor is the only hero that would improve this team. And then once you add Hodor, then everything changes and you can start adding a whole bunch of different heroes. So, 9. Build Hodor. I really don't see how Vivienne kills your team, though. Like, I use Vivienne, and I've had her against Azathoth, and I don't die. Maybe you're using her T3 speed, and that's the wrong T3 to use. Like, her T3 needs to be the control one, otherwise she does kill herself. And so, I mean, if you use Speed Rune, T1 HP, T3 Control, and Energy, she should do just fine, even against Azathoths. I don't understand how you're getting killed against them. It shouldn't be like that. Alright, this is Mr. Lowry. Alright, so this team... But she doesn't, because she also adds defense. So just because they eggs call you doesn't mean they die. Oh, there's no R, huh? What? Where'd my mouse? Wow. Some lag right there. Okay, so this is a 7.5 team. Is it the level? Level shouldn't matter that much, although she's probably too slow at that level. She needs to be faster than like everything. She needs to be casting before they can do anything. So level would probably make a pretty big difference, yes. Okay, so this is a 7.5 team. The only... No, it's not. It has no Scold. 7. What should you do with Phoenix and Lore? Bench them. Bench them and put them in honor somewhere. They're not helpful to you anymore. Although you can potentially still use Phoenix instead of Rithandi. I'd replace Lore for Scold, and probably then Phoenix for Rithandi. And then you have a nice basic burst team. Do you break Yig? He's only 10 stars. You gain nothing from breaking him. You can fodder him if you need to. He's not... 10 is not really a humongous loss of resources. Orion, I said I'm getting to your team, but it's last. Whatever. Wait, Nico, did you submit before? No, you didn't. Okay. So... Okay, here we go. And Ninja Sun is next, but we're skipping him because he already submitted. Hi, Sarab. Viv should stay on that team. Absolutely, yes. Okay, so this is his bag. Wow. Oh, no, wait. That's only 4 copies. Never mind. Alright, first T4. 1 copy of Bryn. Well, Bryn will not be your first T4, so you're not worried about that. Typically, Detlef is a good one, but... Freya is probably the most solid. Murad, I think he's going to be good, but we will have to see him in action. I just don't know if he's going to be capable of being damage or support or both or what. Like, maybe he tanks. I don't know yet. We will have to see how he works. So, Detlef, Freya are the best choices for first T4 on this team. Vivienne is a good second one. I would say Bryn is also very good, but you don't have enough copies and you're not going to get enough for a long time, so don't worry about her. So, Freya, Detlef. Focus on those two. And do not use your moonstones to buy heroes. Oh wait, he showed us. Do not use your moonstones to buy heroes. Hi, Akil. Murad, yes, he targets 2 at T4, and I believe he can miss. I don't believe it was written that his skill doesn't miss. But he's a wanderer, so I wouldn't worry about it. He's not going to miss too much. Okay. In that chest, I would say don't open it. Don't open it until you are closer to having like 6 or 7 copies of the hero. Because if you open it for Valkyrie now, and then they give you like an event for a whole bunch of Loreleis or whatever, or like a whole bunch of Detlefs or something, then you'll regret it. My favorite hero? I think my favorite hero is obvious. She's right here next to me. Okay, so this team, it's not bad for damage. It's not bad for healing. Decidedly average. I don't know, 7, 7.5? Let's say 7.5. Let's say 7. It's not super crazy, it's not super weak, it's just kind of average. Hey, senpai. Alright, so we skip Ninja Sun, because he already submitted last week. And since I noticed it, I'm not gonna kick him out of the next one. Okay. Should I have Azathoth in place of someone else, and how should I set this up? Azathoth in place of who? Meh. Azathoth is nice, but whatever. He doesn't do enough damage before T4 anyway. So before T4 he's cool, but he's unreliable a bit because his skill misses. I don't think he exiles the full round. Maybe he still does. Maybe he does at 9 stars. That he exiles for 2 rounds, and then he doesn't do HP damage on his skill until T4. So I'm a little bit like, he's whatever before T4. He's okay, but he's not a powerhouse anymore. I mean, he is VIP 6, but do you think he bought the skin, or do you think he got it for free? It's entirely possible he got it for free, because that is his only paid skin. And so he bought Detlef, he bought... I don't know what else he bought. I'm gonna assume he bought 4 other yellow skins and got this skin for free. It's so sad that Kurt's skin is no longer like... It got outclassed by the newer ones. Okay, so... Oh, wait. You know what? Actually, give me 1 sec. I'm gonna stop my auto-clicking. Another 161 tries! Ah, dang it! I knew it! How am I gonna do this? Oh well, whatever. Whatever. For active idling, it doesn't matter. Bryn is now faster than my Bale, so... Oh, that's annoying. Okay. So this lineup is fine, but this Detlef is not that good before T4, so I don't think this team is super strong. So I'll give this a 6. 6. I'll give this a 6. The Kurt is obviously basically useless, and everyone else is kind of useless too, so we'll just give this a 6. The setup is fine. I wouldn't worry about it too much. The only thing you would have to worry about is if they happen to have a Azathoth and they exile your Detlef and then you just lose. In those cases, you will want to put your Detlef in front, but if they don't have an Azathoth and you're probably not fighting too many people with him, it's fine. Dulwyn, they're about equal. For PvE, the Ragnarok is probably better. For PvP, it can go either way. Well, Arwen's gonna kill him no matter what. Teddy. Teddy's got a paw hanging in the air. It's pretty funny. Alright, so we give Reaper Fusion 6-star. Go for it. How many do I have? 12, 24? Oh, I only have like 8 or 10 left. Getting through these pretty fast today. I could have done more, but that's okay. One thing I need to figure out is... I know I say I don't do this for the money, but because money from YouTube has dropped so much that it's not worth it to keep streaming as often as I do, I may cut days and take days off more often. I'll have to see how it goes. Like, interest in the game is definitely waning, and so I need to respond accordingly. He has these bales in just for the aura. Just for the crowd control resist. I approve of that. Bit of a flex, but I approve. This is a solid team. Karma would love this team. This is a team that's hard to beat without Detlefs, pretty much. Or like someone with high dodge. What would I build next? Vivienne? Valkyrie, Kurt, Bale, Bryn? That's not a good question. The question is, who can you build next? Even Wolf Rider is okay on this team. Oh, nice. He didn't buy a hero here. I approve. I approve. Swapnil, maybe I will at the end. Alright, so we'll give this one a... We'll give this a 7, I guess. Kubakia, I would definitely go for an artifact. Wait, can you get Bryn from the wheel? Is she on there? Is she in the star shop? But either way, you can get Bryn and Kurt from other sources. You cannot get the artifacts from other sources. So, artifact, hands down, wins. Hands down. I mean, can't you get Ragnarok there? So we'll give this a 7. No, we won't give it a 7. We'll give it a 6. 6.5. 6.5? Something like that. It's a pretty solid team. No, we'll give it a 7. I think he does very well against other people at this level. Vivienne would do so good next. Vivienne would make this team so hard to beat. Alright, next is Hugo. I don't know why you're tanking with Vivienne. Should we go check out his Twitch? Drogenis, it's actually random. The artifacts are not the same for everybody, and when they reset, I think once a week, it's different choices. which means you can wait until you see the good ones. Tears of the Goddess is 100% in there. I'm just not sure about Ragnarok, and I'm also not sure about Bryn. I don't know why he's tanking with Valk. Probably I would throw Azathoth and Skuld in first. This Valkyrie isn't gonna live like a super long time. His Twitch has nothing. What? Why are you advertising a Twitch with nothing? 500 hours? I know it resets, I just don't know when. That is almost 21 days, yeah. Alright, so this team gets a 6.5. I guess we can give it a 7, actually. Although, if I recall, Ripper destroys Detlefs. Like 8-2. So maybe we give this a 6.5. No, we'll give it a 7. Ripper's a worse choice later on anyway. Scoring is hard now. It's hard to keep a good consistent scoring pattern. So I know things are a little bit wonky right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's like 5 more. Oh, I can end early tonight. All right. Oh, no. Oh, no. Hey, Orion, thank you so much. Oh, no. Oh, no. This guy can't beat anyone. And he bought a hero! Oh my god. I bet you he bought a Skuld. I bet you. I bet so much that he bought a Skuld. Oh. I thought the other guy couldn't get worse. No, wait, that's not the picture I want. This is the one I want. No, that's not the one I want. This is the one I want. Oh my god. I bet you he bought a Skuld. Like, if it was Vivienne, I'm giving him the crown. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. Kubakia, probably the Ragnarok. Mythic Tears of the Goddess, you need 4 of them. So you need a... Really, it needs to be Mythic 3 before it makes a difference to be better than original Tears of the Goddess. And so you can get 1 Ragnarok. You could have 4 different Ragnaroks instead. No, but see, he has a saving grace. We don't know who he bought. Not that buying Skuld is better, but buying Vivienne would be so much worse. Amelia. This guy doesn't beat anybody. He loses to Rippers. He loses to Detlefs. He probably times out versus Freyas. He times out. He probably can't. I don't think he can beat anyone on offense. Sarab, you should mostly only buy Star Shards. You should... Well, the point is not that you should buy nothing. It's that you should buy Star Shards first. Your first Star Shards will help you so much more than 1 copy of any hero could help you as a starting player. You can buy heroes later, after you have like 2, 3, 4 Star Shards, whatever it is. After you've got that, Go ahead and buy a hero if it's your 7th, 8th, 9th copy. Maybe just 8th, 9th. This guy, as you can see right here, has not bought a Star Shards. He doesn't have energy. Arwen is in the Moonstone shop, that's true. So your order is all wrong. Your priorities are all wrong. It's basically like learning to run before you know how to walk. And that's what he's doing. So, oh my god. I don't want to bet he bought a Vivian. I don't. I want to bet that he bought a Scold. I bet he bought a Scold. Because that's like standard bad choice. Okay, so. Oh man. So he loses 1 point for this. I'm gonna give him a 1. I'm gonna give him a 1. Okay, you say be patient, but this guy literally can't win in PvP. If you're 100%, if you have 100% loss rate on offense, who is gonna be that patient? Hi, Sandra. What is Star Shard? Star Shard is an artifact that gives you energy and allows you to fire your skill first turn. So this is just very poor decision. Oh well. Alright, so he gets a 1. I think the other guy is much worse. This guy is bad, but the other guy is worse. Because, oh man. Medusa loses to 10 stars. This is confirmed. This is known by everybody. A T4 Medusa loses to a good 10 star. And that's his only T4. Alright, what? What is this guy doing? Why is he saying, is this too rich for you? Because he's VIP 4? Why is his comment, is this too rich for you? Also, why does he need a full team of... What? I feel like I've seen this guy's team before. Does HyperX beat him? HyperX probably loses on offense. And probably wins on defense. I think neither of them can beat each other on offense. As soon as Vivienne fires, it's all over. HyperX can't beat him. But Hawkeye has no damage and can't win either. Wow. Oh, you want to know what the -1 was? This is the -1. This is the -1, Pogi. This is good lord. This is good lord. Oh my gosh. And he has no energy, as you can see. So, poor guy. Poor guy. And so this is our guy that gets a 1. At least... Yeah, we don't know who he bought with Moonstones. I feel like I gave someone a -1 before. I mean, I'm giving him a -1 now, but I feel like I've given somebody a -1 before. So this guy gets a 1, because at least Vivienne's a good hero, and she's very hard to beat on defense. This guy doesn't win on defense or offense. But Vivienne also doesn't have the damage to kill that team in 15 turns, so there is that. Okay, so moving on. So this is, what is his name? Shade Slayer. 9.5. He had a Kurt, Scold, Hodor. It's Envision. You know what Envision is. Or you know who he is. Goodnight, Drogenis. His team was, what was it? Hodor, Viv, Kurt, Bryn, Scold, Bale. Hi, Gyrus. Lore in a high-end team? Absolutely not. That is what basically 9.5 looks like at this time. And that's what almost nobody has at this time, which is why Envision is the only one with the 9.5. And, okay, what was his team? Let me go get it. Where was he? He was after Khan's. Okay, he's right around here. I mean, this is what the high-end teams have to look like now. Something like this. This is what makes up a high-end team. Obviously, it can be 9.5 doesn't... None of my scores are based on what comes in the future. My scoring is based on right now. If I have to redo the scoring once Bryn gets patched, then so be it. But as of right now, with Bryn in her current state, that's what it is. What can Kurt replace? Kurt can replace any damage dealer. Alright, so back to Shade Slayer, which is this one. Okay, so Phoenix is T3. How is Bryn bugged? If she gargoyles someone and then Scold removes the gargoyle, that hero's passives are gone for the entire rest of the battle. So if you gargoyle their Hodor and then Scold removes it, not being removed by regular attacks, but if Scold removes it, Hodor is wrecked. He doesn't put seed on, he doesn't gain the seed at 50%, anything. He is completely dead in the water. Hodor, I don't even think he gains energy anymore because he loses the passive to gain energy. So Hodor becomes dead weight in that case. And that goes for any other hero that is passive heavy. So Chesia also no longer gains energy. She can never fire again. Scold no longer revives people, stuff like that, you know, they completely lose all their passives. So Hodor gets broken, Chesia gets broken, a lot of heroes get completely broken. Orion, you're coming up in like 3, but yeah, you can write it all out in preparation and then post it when your team comes up. So back to this team. This team gets a 6. Basic team. Not bad. Although I still don't understand his comment of, is this too rich for me? I don't understand that. Envision, it's so hard to know what's going on with gargoyles because it's, as Pogi has said, it's visually broken. What you see is not what actually happened. So we will actually you would have to try 1,000 times before you could test that. And even then, you may not know what you saw. But yes, Bryn is currently bugged. Oh shoot, my phone is still on silent. Man, oh well. Alright, so this gets a 6. You can finish Lorelei next, that's fine. Azathoth is fine, Kurt is fine. I really don't know what else you've got down here. You would really love to start finding Skuld copies, though. It looks like you don't have many. So, that's your goal. Make Skuld next. It's very hard for a basic team like this to function without Skuld. Like a top end team could probably do it, but a basic team like this is dead in the water without a Skuld. So, we'll give this a 6. Hey, Dr. Stanley. No, Orion, I don't need more. I think you are next, or 3 more. 4 more? 4 more. 4 more. You'll be fine. I would not waste Phoenix Stones on Ripper. Especially not when he's got 5 T4s already. If you're gonna convert Detlef to anyone, it better be Hodor at this point. Okay, so... is this all I got? Who do I prioritize next? Viv, Azathoth, or Phoenix? Hi, Abishai. So here's the thing. If you're going to run a team like this, as long as both Valkyrie and Lorelei are built for damage, you can replace Detlef with like a Vivienne. If either of them is built for support, that obviously fails. 6 Detlef with energy is a terrible idea. As if one Detlef gets the kill, the other 5 do not get energy. They only get energy when they get the kill. So there is no snowball. So basically all 6 will fire. It'll probably take 4 of them to kill a hero if they've got no buffs whatsoever. Plus he's slow, so he can be stopped pretty easily. So you'll take 4 of them, you'll kill a hero, 1 of them will gain energy, the other 2 will waste their skill on someone else. And by that point, honestly, you're probably dead. I feel like a Freya would destroy that team so hard. Can you fodder Watchmen for Viv? If you know for sure that you'll never make Watchmen, then yes. Watchman's kind of fodder level. But just know that he's one of those heroes that can be very good if he's used correctly. Kind of like Mulan. Alright, so this team... probably, yeah. Viv for Detlef, maybe? Does Hodor need high attack? Yes, but if you want to make him a true damage dealer, you need a hero that raises his attack. So you need someone like Verthandi or Ultima to raise his attack stat so that he can do more damage. Because his damage is all capped by his attack stat. Alright, so this team in its current state will get a 6. And you would like Vivienne next. Azathoth is also fine. Either of them is honestly great. But until you start seeing the higher tier damage dealers, this team is going to stay in the 6 range. One Aegina skill basically caps Hodor's damage. So, like, if you had a Hodor and 2 Aeginas, it would be wasted. You would replace Detlef first on this team. And you would aim to build both Valkyrie and Lorelei for damage here. You are not to switch either of them to support until you've got a better damage dealer. If you got Azathoth, yeah, I'd still replace Detlef with Azathoth. He's very debilitating against teams like this who aren't prepared with 3 bubbles in the back. All right. Orion, you can't right now. I don't need more screenshots, honestly. I can figure out most of your team. He bought Scold! I knew it! I knew it! I told you! I told you guys he bought Scold! Oh. Dolwyn, you owe me $1 million. 1 energy, 1 Gaia Bolga. Energy... Yep, that's good. Energy on Freya, Gaia Bolga on Lorelei is fine. Or you can put the Gaia Bolga on Valkyrie. Either one is fine. I mean, we already know Pogi's team has double Ultima. And we know that to stop it, you gotta have probably Azathoth and or Ultimas of your own. To increase offense, finish your Freya. That was your answer. Finish your Freya. Like, you're dead in the water right now. But if you finish Freya, you'll be a lot better. This team will jump to like a 6 or something. But in its current state, it's a 1. Alright, so moving forward to Hetty, which is exactly the same team, except for some reason Phoenix is in the back. That is a terrible choice. Why is Phoenix in the back here? Why on this team? On this team especially, Phoenix needs to be in the front. Because you're relying so much on Freya Detlef to be your damage. Oh, good. Alright, so move Phoenix to the front. This team still gets a 6, though. This is basically where teams like this land. 6. Your plan... Oh my god. His plan is to do Bryn, then Kurt, then Veg? Jeez. Because of course he's just got 9 copies of Bryn lying around. Hey, Ali. Good lord. What a nice place to be where you can just like, oh yeah, I'll just make Bryn next. Bryn would turn this team probably to an 8. Why can't I beat Planet Trial 180? That's so annoying. I feel like I've got the team for it. What am I missing? What am I doing wrong? I've got Bubble on 5 people. It's just ridiculously bad. So I'm at 1,000 tries. Alright. I'm just gonna let this go overnight then. Okay. Who puts Phoenix in the back is someone that doesn't read their hero's passives. Which is most players, honestly. So I'm kind of used to it. Alright. Bryn, then Kurt, then Veg. That's great. Fotis asks, should I use Sigurd? How the heck should I know? I don't know if Sigurd should be, well, oh my god. Why do you have a T3 Themis? Hi, Amino. Salman, I'm not quitting yet. I mean, I won't quit. I'll just quit streaming and videos and stuff like that. But I'll still be playing, and we'll see what happens from there. Depends on just how the community reacts to the next few months. Alright, so this is -1 point. This guy does not have great damage. Lorelei is decent damage, but not enough to build a team around. Ali, no, that part of it is normal. Swapnil, I'll do it at the end. So if you want to leave, you can come watch the VOD, and it will be there at the end. A lot of people are quitting. A lot of people are quitting. They've gotten a little bit money hungry lately with the mythic artifacts. Sigurd was just bad. A bad choice to release Sigurd so fast. And then at least they've promised to respond in kind and said they'll slow down with heroes, but it's too late. It's just too late. Alright. Hey, wait, that's me. Oh, you're in Spiritus. Wait, you're on my cluster then. Huh. Alright, 2 rounds, keys, 2 rounds, Miracle Eyes. Okay, is it worth it to buy the last copy of Themis from Moonstones? Yes, in this case. You really need it. You really definitely need it. You have no damage without Themis, so you'll need that. And yeah, I mean, like I said, my YouTube is doing much worse lately, and I don't have the time to put into it to make it like a full-time thing. I can't do that. So, like, the worst case for now is that I quit YouTubing. Like, I get up at 7:30 in the morning now. I just can't fix my schedule to do more streaming. It's kind of ridiculous. Okay, so buy the last Themis, yes. You need her for this team. And I mean, I could say yes, it's worth it to get Sigurd, but I just don't know how good he's going to be. I don't know. So we will have to see him in action. You'll have to give it a couple days after he comes out, and then we'll know for sure. The thing that I've said a few times is, will he be a damage spot or will he be a support spot? Is he going to take over the damage role, or would he replace someone like Hodor and just be ridiculous support? And we will have to see. Maybe he does both. Maybe he does neither. Until we've actually tried him out, like we will see. Man, 6 Olivias would be crazy. If you could make her fast enough, you could freeze everything. She freezes 2 or 3 on her regular attack. I don't remember. 2, I think? She does freeze a lot on her regular attack. It's pretty awesome. Alright, so this team, I feel, has no damage. Like, it's a lot of crowd control and a lot of support, but it doesn't have the oomph to get through a strong team. So we're going to give this a 5.5. I mean, he could be damage. He does damage in peaks. Is that indicative that he can be big damage in T4? I don't know. I really don't know. I mean, what we do know is he will be above average. Whether or not he's meta, we will have to see. Alright, next is Paul. And Paul gets a 9. How many points? If you get Themis to T4 on that team, it'll probably go up to a 6. 6, maybe 6.5, probably just 6. Themis is not carry level damage. She's not reliable at this point. Sigurd's gonna be fun on a sustain team. How do you fit Hodor on this team? You remove Azathoth. Or you can remove Bale. Either one. But probably Azathoth. You put in Azathoth and that's as good as it gets. Or, I mean, you put in Hodor, sorry. Bryn's skin damage is... I don't know if they intended that to be... to break gargoyles or not. I think it is, because all extra damage counts. So very specifically, damage over time, like burn, bleed, poison, and HP damage do not count. Everything else does. So Hodor is 2 hits directly. He does his hit, and then his the extra damage all comes as a second hit. So with that in mind, it's hard to keep people gargoyled if you've got a lot of high-hitting teammates. Which is why Hodor does have preferred teammates that don't do that kind of stuff. So he works better with those kind of teammates. Alright, next is Orion. Alright, Orion. Let's see here. Oh, you've got Saizo and Chesia. What is going on here? Alright, Energy Freya, Speed Drow, Scold, and Lorelei. Life, Attack, and Speed Artifact. Gift of Creation, HP on Rithandi. Oh boy. Oh boy. Okay. So, in its current form, this team gets like a 5 point something. Does Bryn's Petrify make Freya stronger? No. Freya needs to petrify herself to get stronger. Alright, so you've got... Drow just is useless at this point. She doesn't stop anything. She just doesn't stop anything, so you gotta dump her. Even the Chesia would be better if you could finish Chesia. Alright, so you've got 1, 2, 3 heroes half built, so that's -2 points. It's basically all support for Freya. Freya is your sole carry, and Freya is so fragile. She dies so easily that it's hard to really rely on her in PvP. So this team would get probably a 5, maybe a 5.5, -2, so 3.5. 3.5. You, finish Skuld, finish Chesia, replace Drow with Chesia. What does Drow bring to the table? Cleric stun, and that's pretty much it. But she misses. So she can't even really do a good job of it. Like, Mulan destroys her. She can't do anything versus a Mulan. Her regular attack will not gain energy, and then she'll just miss everything else when she does gain energy. So, unfortunately, she has been completely obsoleted. Completely obsoleted. So focus on Chesia. Get Chesia going. Chesia is much better here. And because you've got a lot of defensive support, Chesia will be able to stay alive at least a little bit longer. So Chesia next, or no, Skuld, then Chesia. Then after that, you can start thinking about Hodor, Themis, or whoever you manage to get next. You must abandon this Saizo. Nobody cares about him, and he's never going to be good for you. So we'll go with that. It doesn't look like you have any 10-star fodder. So there's your direction. Alright. Let's go back and do Swapnil's second team, and then that'll be it for tonight. Alright, so this is Swapnil's second team. He likes to take a lot of pictures. Alright, so... Alright, I just want to make sure that he doesn't have... Oh my god. You're welcome to try. The problem is that it takes you 6 weeks to build her, and then you need to build her teammates, whatever your teammates are. And so, like, you can say you want to bring her back, but it's going to take so long that by the time you do it, she'll probably get ruined another way. And we know how good you are at ruining heroes, Pogi. We know exactly how good you are at that. Last team... Well, the thing was, last time I was giving Kurt Skuld to 9.5 next. And the answer is he no longer deserves that. So this now feels a little bit more balanced, I guess. Because before, he still dominates any team that doesn't have a Kurt. But now there are clear counters. Hodor kills him. Arwen kills him. Brynn kills everything. And there's just a lot of very good ways to completely nullify their Kurt. And he didn't have that many counters before. Which is why he stayed at the top for so long. This time, he's got counters. So... Alright, so Swap Killer, man. So you've got 1, 2, 3 heroes half built, so that's a -2 points. You're tanking with a Valkyrie when you could be tanking with a Verthandi. Definitely be tanking with the Verthandi. Reaper is so useless at this level. Reaper is so useless at this level. So this is a -2 points on top of a... So Orion, hopefully you get your last Skuld soon, but if not, you can make Chesia first. Whichever one you have copies for. Six. We'll just give 6 -2, 4. This gets a 4. Actually, that's true. There weren't a whole lot of Kurts today. But we still had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Brynn teams. No, and then 1, 2, maybe like 3 Kurt teams. So maybe 3 Kurts and 5 Brynns out of however many I did today. 1, 2, 3, 5, 9, 9, 10. That's 1, 2, 3... 4. So 31 teams I did. So 31 teams, we saw 5 Brynns and 3 Kurts. Not bad. Not bad at all. I want to be helping people that legitimately still need help building their team. It's not as fun to help people that have spent a bunch of money, already have all the best heroes, are killing everybody, and it's like... You already know what you want. my advice is minimal at that point. Reaper sucks at this level. Reaper needs heroes to die before he does more damage. And on this team, you know who the first hero to die is? It's Reaper. So, he's not going to do any damage on this team. Drow, I mean, what's the point of having her be fast if she misses? If she only gets energy once every 3 or 4 hits, what good does it do her to be fast? She may benefit from a hit rate rune instead, just to make her useful, but even then, you don't have a team to maximize her, so I say just give up. Amina, you are too late. Team submissions usually are only for the first 30 minutes of the stream, and after that I close for the rest. And it takes me that long to get through them. Okay, so Swap got a 4. He really needs to tank with that Verthandi. So this is our big loser for today. I don't know what this guy was doing. This is the most painful team to see. But this is our big loser for today. Green set and items, don't worry about that. If you can make them, but you don't have a hero that really needs them. Like if you had a Kurt Bryn or something, then okay, sure, but you don't have that, so don't worry about it right now. Oh, I just realized I don't need to put 4-star or my red one on this Kurt. Yeah, I can just leave that. Hey, Trollcraft. Okay, so I'm at... Oh, I didn't check how many tries that was. Oh well, whatever. Alright, so that's gonna be it for me tonight. You put it on Valkyrie, that's fine. It doesn't really matter. You can put it on Valkyrie, on Freya, on Lorelei, whoever your damage dealer is. Either one's fine. Alright, so that's gonna be all for me tonight. I know I do less teams lately, but I'm trying not to stream for 4 or 5 hours anymore. Hi, Wrench. So tomorrow will be first day of community pulls for Sigurd. So if you've got enough gold keys to pull, I know most people don't, but if you do, come pull on stream and let's see people get Sigurd. So we'll see how lucky people get tomorrow. I will be pulling on the last day of the event because that's when my fuse resets, so just a heads up. Whoever pulls tomorrow, I won't be pulling with you. Alright, that'll be all for me tonight. Thanks guys for watching, and I will see you next time.